Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. And as you can see, it has been raining for some time now, but that is a story for another time. Today we have a new story for you. A story created by Jawa. Since 1929, the Jawa Classic in its BS6 phase. Special thanks to Shakti Automobile for providing us this bike for this review. You can visit their Jawa dealership in Baner to get a test drive of the Jawa motorcycle. And don't worry, because they are keeping your safety in check and following all the guidelines issued by the government. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. We would love to have a chat with you. So, shall we begin? The Jawa Classic is available in 3 beautiful colors and it gets 2 variants just like the Jawa 42. So the first variant is single channel ABS. The second variant that we have with us today is dual channel ABS. Now with the dual channel ABS you get dual disc brakes, and in the single channel ABS you get one disc brake in the front and a drum brake in the rear. In the front you get round halogen headlamp and round turn indicators to complement the retro look. Along with that are these hydraulic telescopic forks by Gabriel and a 1990 section MRF zapper tire which is mounted on a 18-inch spoke wheel. And then there is this 280mm disc brake in the front which gets Biber calipers. From the side as well it holds the same classic look with golden and chrome treatments. The mechanicals of the Jawa Classic and 42 are the same, it is just the design that changes. As in the 42, the Classic also gets a 14-litre fuel tank and gives an efficiency of somewhere around 35 kmpl. Now coming to the powerhouse, you have a 293cc DOHC liquid cooled fuel injected engine which is now a BS6 compliant. The max power delivered by this engine is 26.5 PS and the peak torque is 27 Nm. And the engine is mated with a 6-speed gearbox just like the Jawa 42. This bike is literally a modern classic. The design with chrome finish, then you get this modern engine, and we'll discuss about it in the ride section. But for now, the ground clearance of the Jawa Classic is somewhere around 160mm, which is higher than its competition, and in fact the bike is lighter as well. It is just 172 kgs. The bike sits on a double cradle frame and you get this comfortable single seat for the rider and the pillion. And to enhance your comfort, you get twin gas canister shock absorbers. Along with that, the rear tire is of the section 120/70. This is also an MR zapper tire and it is also mounted on a 17-inch spoke wheel. Now as I said, this is a dual channel ABS bike. That means you get a twin disc setup. The rear disc is of 240mm and it is ABS assisted. In the single channel setup, you get a drum brake in the rear and it is of 153mm. And just like the Yezdis, this also gets a twin exhaust. Jawa is a very proud manufacturer and hence you will notice multiple Jawa badging on the bike, and because it is a classic bike representing Jawa's legacy, it also gets plenty of chrome treatments. And here you have a LED tail light and the round bulb indicators. And as you can see, the seat height is very short. It is just 765mm. That means if you are 5'2" or above, you can easily ride this bike. Now let's check out the speedometer of the Classic. Unlike the Jawa 42, the Classic gets a center-mounted speedometer as well as the handle design has changed. It gives you a complete single unit look where the headlight, speedometer and the handlebar are all integrated. Similar to the 42, the speedometer is very simple and it goes from right to left, the signature Jawa style. And you have the Jawa branding in the center. So you just get an analog speedometer, analog fuel gauge and a digital odometer. Along with that, you have multiple indicators like ABS, neutral and engine malfunction. Now coming to the handlebar, you have the kill switch and the self start switch on the right side, and on the left side you have the pass switch, the headlight control, the turn indicator control and the horn. And it is a single tone horn. as I am riding the Jawa Classic BS6 today, and as this bike is a recreated version of the Jawa 353/04, let's see what are the changes that have happened over the years. It has been more than 50 years now, so definitely I never got a chance to ride the old one. But I had help from my dad and his friend to understand what it was like to ride the Jawa 353/04. And frankly, I can tell you, a lot has changed. What you see today is a classic look bike, but everything inside is modern. For starters, this bike gets a 293cc 4-stroke single-cylinder fuel-injected engine. However, back then it was a 250cc 2-stroke single-cylinder engine. Obviously had a carburetor, so this is a big improvement because the engine is now more smooth and refined, and it contributes less to the air pollution, which is a very important aspect these days, thanks to the BS6. Then comes the gearbox. This bike I am riding gets a 6-speed gearbox, and trust me, this is advanced. Because till date the direct competition to this classic, the Royal Enfield, doesn't get 6-speed. It settles with a 5-speed gearbox. And well, back in 60s, the Jawa had a 4-speed gearbox, which was really tough because the gear shift lever was doubled as a kick, which made it slightly painful for the ankle on the long ride. But the good thing was that the bike was clutchless. Whereas now you have to use the left lever, but then the gearbox and the clutch are buttery smooth, so you won't face any issues even in heavy traffic. However, I stumbled upon few false neutrals, but that's okay because the gearbox is now very smooth. While we are at it, the new Jawa doesn't get a kick, it gets only electric start. The kick doubled with gear lever is history now. For that matter, the kick itself is now history, again thanks to the BS6. Along with that, the engine of the Classic is now liquid cooled, giving you better heat dissipation, unlike the air cooled engine in the old Jawa. Now, while modernizing the engine, Jawa has also notched up the safety. The Jawa 353/04 had 165mm drum brakes and had no assistance whatsoever on the brakes, so you were on your own. But now, the new Classic gets an option of single channel ABS with front disc and rear drum, or you can directly go for the dual channel ABS setup with dual disc brakes. I am not really sure on the braking of the earlier variant, but this one does a good job. The feedback is great and the ABS helps in preventing wheel locks. Along with that, the suspension tuning has also changed in the new Classic. They are now more comfortable on long rides and good at absorbing bumps. At the rear now you get gas charged shock absorbers, while in the 60s, conventional shocks were a thing. So I can say an upgrade for good. Apart from all these mechanical upgrades, there are multiple cosmetic changes. Like, this bike gets indicators, whereas the older variant didn't have indicators. Also, the fuel cap was not locked on that bike. Now it gets a lock. In fact, in the earlier version, you had the handle lock mounted on the top, just below the speedo, like you get in all regular bikes. But now in the new Classic, Jawa has shifted it below the tank. This bike also gets an all-new digital speedometer. Now you get an analog-looking speedometer, but it is digitally powered. Whereas in the 353/04, it was an analog meter altogether. With all these changes and upgrades, definitely Jawa has presented the bike with more capabilities. It is now more comfortable when you are stuck in traffic, easily maneuverable in the city traffic. The gear shifting is now more easy and hassle-free. In fact, the old Jawa had 16-inch spoke wheels, which didn't have that high tensile strength to take on the rough roads. But that is not the case now. The new 18-inch front spoke wheel and the 17-inch rear spoke wheel are more durable and reliable. At last, this bike might have lost that sweet two-stroke exhaust note in this transformation, but it carries the same characteristics of great cruiser and a tourer, with all the modern touches. And if you ask me, I like the new exhaust note because it is cool. I hope this answers everything you had in your mind. By the way, if any one of you have the old Jawa or know someone who has one, do let us know because we would love to ride it. So this is the Jawa Classic. It is slightly more classical than the other Classic that is available in India. You know what I mean, right? And it is comparatively less noisy and has less vibrations. So that is a plus point. So it gives you that retro cruiser look, and with the chrome and the golden finishes, I really like it. I mean, not me, but my dad will definitely like it. So if you are that retro kind of a guy, or if you want to gift it to your dad, it is just available at 1.74 lakhs or 1.83 lakhs, depending upon the variant you choose. So the single channel ABS with a rear drum brake is 1.74 ex-showroom Delhi, and the dual channel ABS with dual disc brake, which is this one, is available for 1.83 ex-showroom Delhi. So that is it from our end. I hope you did like this video and you have given it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, just click on it. And I trust you, if you are new to the channel, you have clicked that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also visit our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. The link will be right here or in the description. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye.